Welcome to Spokane. This video is a reminder of how Local 93 handles production rigging in our arena. Points are laid out on the concrete using chalk marks to designate the location and steel makeup. Different shapes denote the different types of motor to be used on that point. A square is a 2-ton, a circle is a 1-ton, and the triangle is a 1/2-ton. At the Spokane Arena, the two most important rigging elements to know are the 15th split basket and the bowline with the carabiner attached. This is the 15 split basket. Note that the 5-foot leg is on the pin handle side of the apex shackle and the 10-foot leg is on the threaded side. This is very important to get this right so it is easy to work with on the beam. This is the 10-foot basket. Again, it is important to get the steel connected right. The 10-foot leg goes on the pin handle side of the apex shackle and the loose shackle goes on the threaded side. This clip shows that we are using a 3-foot bowline with a carabiner attached. The carabiner is clipped into the thimble of the 5-foot leg. There is a 3-foot tail on the bowline. The 10-foot leg is tied into that tail with a half hitch. Burlap is sandwiched into the bowline, and the ground rigger inspects the steel for cocked shackles or twisted steel as it is being raised. One way to make sure you clip into the thimble is to hold the shackle as shown and then make the connection. We are showing two types of point hangs, dead hang and bridle. The dead hang is shown with a horizontal line and a vertical line. This type of rigging, split 15 or 10 basket, is written above the horizontal line. The length of the down cable is written next to the vertical line. The bridle is shown as a V with a horizontal line coming off the top like wings. Again, the type of rigging is written above the horizontal lines. Generally, this is a split 15 in our arena. The steel makeup for each leg is written next to that leg. A bridle with the point evenly spaced between the beams has both legs built in the same length. This drawing shows one leg is 10 feet steel cable and the other is made up of 5 feet and 3 lengths of deck chain. It is important to remember that the deck chain is always put at the top of the leg so the upriggers can make adjustments when necessary. The length of the down cable is written next to it. Points are often mirrored, SR and SL, stage right, stage left. It is important to get one side correct and then make up the same adjustments on the other side. Remember to flip the rig 180 so it ends up symmetrical with the other side. Pull the rig up from a standing position. Note that the tail of the rope is dropping into a separate bay so it is less likely to get tangled with the rigging. Settle into a seating position when the basket is level with the beam. The first move is to get the points secured by putting a foot down on the bowline so everything is being held safely while the handwork is being done. Make sure that you have your foot in the bowline. It is easy to confuse the bowline loop with the loop of the 10-foot steel tied in with the half hitch. Riggers have some discretion on how they handle the steel while making the connection. We are showing one example where the connection is made on top of the beam and another where the connection is made on the side of the beam. Note that the pin is never fully pulled out of the shackle. Only enough to allow the thimble of the 10 steel leg to be inserted and then the pin is screwed in immediately. We don't want any unsecured equipment while working on the beams. When two riggers are pulling the same point, they should try to match the speed and balance of the weight so that they both have the same load as they are pulling up. When a flat bridle or an extremely heavy point is being pulled, it may be necessary to pull one side up first in order to avoid pulling against each other. When installing the burlap for a bridle, it is important to get the material on 3 points of the beam: the 2 flange edges on the outside of the rigging and the top flange of the inside of the beam. The rigger is getting into a sitting position and is clipping his carabiner into the thimble of the 15-foot split basket. He pulls the weight and gets his foot into the bowline to hold the steel while detaching the shackle. The 10-foot leg is not tied into the tail of the bowline while letting this point in. When the 10-foot leg is free, he calls out, "Dropping the 10." This is especially important when working on a bridle, but it is good to let everyone know that this is a planned drop and not an accident. The burlap is put into the bowline. Bridle points should be let in evenly. All points should be let in slowly and with attention paid to any truss or other hung elements that might create a hang-up. Hard hats are recommended, especially for ground riggers. We encourage all other hands to wear hard hats while working on the deck, while the rigging crew is working in the grid.